Hey guys, welcome back. Just wanted to take and show you a little bit of the weather I get here. That thing's got like 2 inches in it or something.
Can I play?
No, you stay right here. Sorry about that interruption. Alright. But yeah, just to kind of show you, and this is actually kind of a mild rainstorm here. This is pretty much what we get almost every afternoon here where I live. You can hear it kind of picking up here a little bit. The yard will kind of just turn to a big lake almost. You can see with this little guy down there, he'll get filled up with water because that's where the overhang just kind of drips and stuff. But I mean, the strawberries almost just don't have a chance to stay dry just because of the amount of rain that just kind of comes in and everything. So just wanted to kind of show you guys. I know a lot of people have a lot of things, weather changes and stuff to talk about. I don't get too much cold and that sort of thing. In the winter time we'll have temperatures in the 50s and 60s normally, and then cold fronts come through. It might go into the 50s and 40s and 30s if a really, really bad one comes through. Usually when you guys are getting really thick snow up north, 10 inches a day, 10 inches an hour, whatever. When that stuff usually comes down, we'll get in the temperatures of the 30s, 40s if it's not, if it's kind of wore itself out and everything. So I don't have a lot of cold temperatures to talk about because usually it doesn't really snow here in the part of Florida I'm at. So that just leaves the hot, which everybody knows Florida's hot, so not much to talk about there. And then this is really the only other really exciting weather that we get is these afternoon storms. Now it's calmed down. Sometimes you'll look and the road will be halfway flooded because we'll just get so much rain in just no time at all. And I think I set that tub out the other day, and I mean it's partially shielded. You can see it's partially shielded by the overhang there, so it's not like a, if it's 20 by 50 or whatever, however many inches the thing is. I don't think it's 20 inches, and I don't think it's 50. I'm just throwing that number out there. It wouldn't be truly covered, because if you're calculating, you have to calculate out the top there. But it's calming down, it's cooling down. This is usually, our temperatures might get up into the 90s, and then an afternoon storm will come through and it'll drop it back down to the 80s. I just get like big puddles and stuff. You probably cannot tell from the video here, but my property really slants this way, so it's hard to see and everything. Wish I had a better angle. Can't bring this camera out in the rain and everything, but so the rain, it's mostly sand, and so the rain just kind of goes down, and you probably can't tell from this video here, but I get a ton of weeds out there, especially dollar weeds. So that part of the yard way out there just gets way too wet, so so now you can hear it picking back up again. It rains so hard, like, you can really hear it inside the house too. It's really kind of funny. The bucket's just gonna, should take the lid off of that bucket and let the rainwater go in it. That would be kind of cool. But this poor little bamboo plant, he just seems to always just get drowned out by all the water that goes into him. He's turning yellow. I think it's been raining a little too hard for him. And so I'm afraid he's just kind of starting to drown with the roots being too far down. I'm actually considering taking and trying to dump that bucket out, add new sand, or not sand, but soil in, and then put that stuff back in to kind of raise him up, because when I planted him, he's probably 3 or 4 inches above that. He looks like he's 5 inches or so down in the pot now. So something for an off day, I guess. Guess I might as well show you guys the tomatoes. I hope you guys can hear me because of the rain and everything. The good news is, well, I removed this one that got damaged, the smaller cut here, and that was a that was a sucker I cut, and then this one was one of the tomatoes that got damaged. But the biggest tomato looks like it might actually start to finally ripen, so that's good and exciting. I've been waiting a long time for that. So still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's, 5, 6, and 7. Not trying to trick tomatoes. And 8, 9. So I still have 9 tomatoes. I know people have said on other people's video, if you don't have big clusters of tomatoes, it's a failure. To get any tomatoes I'm happy with, if this one ripens up and produces, I'll be really ecstatic, because this is far better than what happened last year. Last year I was just using the jugs down there. It might have actually been those 2 jugs, I can't remember. And I had 2 tomato plants here, 1 and 2, and I think I had 2 cages, and that was it. Like, that was it for the tomatoes. And this year I got 1, 2, 3, 4. Those 2 died off. 5 and 6. I have 6 tomato plants. This one's doing best by far. He's got 9. This one's got 4, because I don't know if you can see, this one got another little baby one there. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I'm happy and excited about that. Let's see, this one doesn't have any yet, but he's getting flowers. So I'm hoping that, maybe they'll, maybe these little guys will get pollinated. I try to tap it. Hopefully I'm doing that right. Hopefully I'm not damaging the flower and stuff. I know a lot of people say just to kind of tap this, just kind of tap the branch that it's on where the flowers are. I tend to like to try to just to touch the flowers. I don't know if that damages them or not. This one lost quite a few flowers off of it. I think it was getting too hot for it. Then the afternoon showers came, so now it's cooled it back down. So I think they're going to be okay, I hope. He does have something going on. It looks like maybe, I don't really know why, but it looks like he's getting curl. It could be because he's a little overwatered. This is the one I put water in almost every day, or nutrient solution. So he is pretty high up. I think maybe I'm starting to drown the little guy just a little bit. Maybe something I could consider doing is maybe putting some dirt or something around here to try to have roots go out, and maybe then it could get its oxygen from these roots as opposed to the roots down there. That was one of the cool things about tomatoes, is they grow the roots. So I was kind of curious if I were to get something where I could adjust the vine up and down. Maybe I could adjust it down, get the roots started and everything, and then pull it up a little, and then it'll have roots up top for oxygen, and I guess you'd still have to cover it up because roots don't like to be bare. I guess I could just let it, I'll probably just let that go down a little bit. But yeah, so this one's got 3 on it. Oh, 4, sorry, 4 on that one. This one, I'm not sure. I don't know that this one has any at all on him. He's getting quite big. He's in a bucket there. He's got flowers. He, she, it. I guess I should be saying it. It has flowers and everything. This was one that I let the vine kind of split down here, and I don't know if this is the main branch here or if this is the main vine. So hard to see and tell with these videos, sorry. So they got one going up there and one coming over here, and I don't know, it truly looks like the vine just kind of split. Maybe you guys can see and tell. I didn't know what to do with that. I didn't know which one was going to survive and which one was going to be bigger and better, so I just kind of left the 2 of them. So I kind of have 2 main shoots coming up. With doing that, I probably should be cutting off the suckers a bit more, but I'm not sure, I'm not positive that these are indeterminate, so I kind of am a little bit worried. That stinks. So I'm kind of a little bit worried about cutting off all the suckers, although I probably just should and just be done with it. But the big thing is this one doesn't seem to be growing any taller. I guess he's growing a little bit at a time. If he gets much taller, I might have to run the string up to the top and down. But so as far as I can see and tell, this doesn't have any tomatoes on it. As far as I can tell, but it doesn't mean that there's not some on here. It certainly has plenty of flower clusters here and over here and over here and down here. So I am experimenting with the bucket. I'm trying to see if with the bucket, obviously the plant will grow, obviously, so check on growth. But I don't see tomato production, which has me worried, because I think by this size it should definitely have some tomatoes, if not, you know, one or two. I mean, my goodness, this thing is like half its size almost, and it's got 4 tomatoes on it. So the bucket thing looks like plants will grow, but it's a matter of a thriving thing. That looks like, I don't think that's a bug, the black spot there. I think that that's waste from an animal that was maybe on it. So I don't know, maybe somebody can help me with that if they happen to know what could be on there. But going back to, so this is the bucket. So when we look over at the bag, you know, these two were pretty much about the same. It's not apples to apples because I didn't put them in the same day and everything, don't think. And I think they've had some root issues and that sort of thing. But when you look at the bag one, he's already got 1 tomato on him, which I know is not that thrilling and that great. Lots of growth, but, you know, just the 1 tomato. So, you know, the bag one is winning out over the bucket one, but then the hydroponic one is winning out kind of over them all. Now, I don't know if that's just a pollination issue, if maybe this one got pollinated by bees a little bit better. I mean, like I said, every time I see a flower, now I probably shouldn't do this during the rain, but every time I see a flower, you know, I try to jiggle the stem it's on, and then I try to get to the flower itself, just to try to pollinate it here. Probably shouldn't do it during the rain here, but just kind of tap like that. So I don't know if that's going to be sufficient or not, but that's what I've been doing. You know, like with this one here, you know, looks like I had a bit of a problem. I don't know if it was nutrients or what happened, but 2 out of the 4 flowers here dropped off. So I don't know if these 2 are going to produce fruit or not, but these 2 just kind of dropped off. This one, you know, was able to get to have fruit, but these other ones didn't. So that's also another thing is I'm not sure, because this is actually a sucker that's on producing a fruit. These are actually just seeds that I got from my tomatoes that I bought from either Sam's or Costco. So these are just the seeds from those. So I don't really know what's going to happen. I'm hoping to get some seeds for Cherokee Purples or something like that. I did notice that they have quite a bit of meat in, and less from the site I was looking at. They had a lot more meat and a lot less seeds. So I was hoping that maybe the fruit would produce more meat, you know, inside. You know, I call it meat, but inside tomato mass. You know, or try a different tomato. I'm not too sure, but I'll have to see. But when you look down at the ground, it's like it's all covered, you know, like the rain just kind of comes in sideways here, and just gets everything soaking wet. Now that was what I was upset about earlier when I started to point and realized it was a rabbit trail. Was this bucket, I'm just gonna have to poke some holes probably in it, because I stuck the sweet potato vine, I stuck it down in there last night, and there was no water in it. So this bucket has received probably 1 inch to 2 inches of water in it since, you know, it was really moist to begin with, so I didn't know if it would take, but I put it in there hoping that it would, you know, grow some roots. But unfortunately, I think that that's probably not going to work. Probably not going to sprout roots, so I'm probably going to have a failure there. But you know, luckily for this bucket here, it has a huge tomato vine in it, so I probably won't end up watering this one at all, because I think it's going to get enough water. So those are just some thoughts that I had and everything about the bucket versus the bag versus the hydroponic. Obviously, the way I'm doing things might not be, you know, completely good and accurate. You know, the hydroponic solution that I'm using, you know, please don't judge them by me and how I'm growing, because the hydroponic solution that I got here was after it was the kind that MHP Gardner you know, said to use, but he uses his in a Dutch bucket system, whereas I'm just using mine in a bucket with no air stone, no electricity, no anything. And so you know, from that standpoint, don't judge this nutrient solution based upon that. Don't judge the hydroponic bucket system, and then the regular bucket system, and the bag system here. Don't judge those. You know, don't judge those on me either, because I don't follow the directions. I just get a bag of soil, put it in. You can see I sprinkle in the kind of the shake and feed, or whatever you want to call it. You know, the nutrients on top. I don't follow the directions as to how much I'm supposed to be using. So, you know, if you're looking at this, you know, just know that I'm just not, I'm not out here daily, you know, taking off suckers. I'm not out here, you know, measuring how much nutrients I'm supposed to have. I'm not switching out the nutrients. Like, I think most people say switch out the nutrients within a week, 2 weeks to maybe 3 weeks. The longest I've ever heard anybody say that they left their solution was 1 month. So from that standpoint, I think I'm well past 1 month on these. I could be wrong. I don't even know what today's date is, so I couldn't even tell you guys. But so don't judge the buckets, don't judge the bags, the buckets, or, you know, the hydroponic solution, or the seeds that I buy. Don't judge any of that. You know, just know that I do things uniquely. I just do things my way, whatever is easiest, whatever I can do. At the time, I think I was really sick for like 4 days, where I didn't even hardly come outside. I don't even think I watered them or did anything for them for 2 days, you know, to just check on the soil saturation, that sort of thing. So, I mean, these plants have done quite well for the neglect that I've done with them and to them. So I don't, you know, so please don't judge them on that. Just know that I just have unique ways of doing things. They might be the correct ways of doing it. I don't know for sure. But it's certainly something to remember, and something to keep in mind, that, you know, I'm doing things a certain way, that you may end up doing things quite a different way, or somebody else might be doing things quite a different way. Trying to get the shot of the pumpkins there. I don't know what's going to become of those guys. I don't even know if this is the right season to be having pumpkins. So I think they usually like cooler weather, so I don't think they're going to be too happy with the 80s and 90s that we get. So, but that's pretty much it. Still storming. It'll storm like this for, you know, a little bit, and then it'll cut out. And then, you know, usually if we're having 90-degree temperatures, it'll cut it down to 80-degree. You know, roughly 80-degree temperatures, that sort of thing. So that's pretty much it. I do want some feedback on the sweet potato vines. Probably by the time I post this video, it will be too late to do anything. But I would like them to go and grow into my yard. That would be fine. And then later on, I could have a scavenger hunt to see if I can dig up sweet potatoes or not. But the big thing is with these runners, should I be cutting them so that the plant will put more nutrients back into the potato, or should I just be letting them grow out and do things? My yard's going to have to be cut, especially probably after these big rainstorms. I'm going to have to probably cut my yard. Well, not me, but my yard's going to have to get cut pretty soon. So I'm just, you know, I was just going to have them just move right over it. So I don't know if that's the right thing to do, the wrong thing to do. My poor little rosemary is just all but buried under all the leaves. I like it because it's a nice cover. It doesn't look like I have Walmart bags all stacked in front of my yard. But any feedback, any help on that would be very appreciative. Thanks a lot, guys, for watching. Sorry I rambled so much. Talk to you guys later. Like, subscribe, and comments if you would. Give me some advice. Hopefully I will have the sense to follow it. And everything. There's just a shot of my lettuce. I'm pretty sure it's about to bolt, so I'm happy. So, alright guys, talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye.